and all that I saw was the van getting crushed and hundreds of balloons flying into the sky. Welcome to the Essential Students Podcast. This is the 5th episode, and it's been a little break. We had a little bit of a break after Easter for many reasons. I know a lot of that is just because Easter is one of the hardest ministry seasons that there is, and so taking a break after that seemed like the right thing to do. But we're back, and we have with us today a very special guest, the one that makes everything happen, the leader, the fearless leader of the whole Essential Students operation. Please welcome Brittany.
Hi.
Yeah, a round of applause, if you will. So good to see you today. We are sitting currently in the sanctuary and recording this podcast because, unfortunately, our event tonight has been canceled because of rain. Were you coming to that, Andrew? Were you coming to go climb trees with us?
No, because I knew it was going to rain.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Is that the reason, or you're afraid of heights?
No.
Okay.
Truthfully, I didn't even know what you meant until you said the glow event.
Well, tonight was supposed to be the adventure park, and
Yes.
It's been rained out. They closed it, which is lame. Also, too, I've been trying to figure out, because it's from 4 to 8.
Yeah.
At what part
Is it
during
glowing?
that- Yes.
Yeah,
5. It glows at 5.
but it's daylight.
Until 8 o'clock.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to glow. Okay.
Okay.
If you say so. All right. So basically, we're not doing that. But tomorrow is youth. And when you're hearing this, it's going to be tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. And tomorrow is a very important evening for us at Essential Students, because we are going to be starting the preparation, so to speak, for camp of 2026, which officially we have a location, which is super exciting.
Location is everything, they say.
They do say this. And I know that we showed a video. There's
They.
It's thingy.
They do.
Them.
You don't know about they? Okay. They say, what do they say?
Location is everything.
Oh, location is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we agree with that. And this location is amazing. It has everything that we've had in the past and probably some more. I know the big water slide is going to be a huge point this year. That's something the other location didn't really have. And so this is it's going to be an exciting year. We've officially branded Tribal Wars this year. Well, we're not giving that information away yet.
Nope.
Because we have not only just a camp theme already, but we also have our tribes already picked out on theme. This will be an exciting announcement that you're not going to get yet, but tomorrow night at youth, or tonight if you're listening to this right now, it kicks off the whole flow of moving into camp. What can we expect from youth tonight?
So tonight will be the draft combine. And so if you're not familiar with a combine is, so the NFL, usually the National Football League, not a sponsor, they host every year before their draft. They basically put all of the athletes through different drills, interviews, things like that, so they can determine who they want to pick for their teams.
Right.
And so we will be hosting tonight different games. There's going to be some tests involved. I know we hear a lot of times, like, a lot of the students aren't athletic, or they don't like to play games, or they don't want to run. So we have something for everyone tonight. So there's going to be some brain teasers. There's going to be some quizzes. There's going to be some sporting events. So all different ways for the leaders, the Tribal Wars leaders, to evaluate you for camp.
Right, because this is something that we do that might be different than a lot of other student ministries, is that we have an official tribal draft.
Correct.
Which is growing to become one of my favorite moments of the year.
Yes.
And so some of the students don't know this, but they're evaluated pretty
Yes.
much throughout the whole year. And it's not just on athletic ability. Athletic ability, matter of fact, if I look back in the last 2 years, first pick hasn't been, I mean, they have athletic ability, but it's leadership.
Sure.
And who can rally a team when they're down by 50 points or whatever the case might be. And so every year they're like, well, this isn't fair. Well, I don't know how we can make it any more fair, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll have that coming up, where we gather with our tribal leaders and they get to draft their teams, which is so much fun. So bring your A game.
Yeah.
When are we going to announce the theme and the types of tribes?
Yes.
I would be asking you, since you're the leader of this operation, when do you think that we'll be?
You said we were announcing it tomorrow.
Did I say that?
You just did. And I feel like we should tell them at least the tribe names tomorrow.
we should do that at camp tomorrow or at youth tomorrow night.
Yeah, we should at least tell
Sure.
the tribe names.
We
Okay,
can do that.
all right. Well, there it is. If you want to get the first information, you want to hear it first, you need to be at Essential Students tonight, 5 to 7.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. What else is happening in youth right now?
The event's now next week.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
right. We
still
probably
open.
should have mentioned that. That if you want to come to the Adventure Park Glow evening, Glow
Maybe
time,
glow.
you need to.
It's dark in the trees.
Yeah, it's been postponed to Saturday, so a week from today. So we'll gather there to hang out together, and that'll be great. What else is coming up?
Beach hangout for beach baptism,
And that's on.
May 31st.
Okay, well, there's something a little bit more important coming up before that.
Worship.
Oh yeah, May 29th.
Senior night.
Senior night.
Yeah, night of worship where we honor our seniors. Come hang out with us.
Those would be seniors in high school, not like senior citizens.
Right.
Okay.
We're
I
not.
just wanted to clarify. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the bus shows up
That hurt.
around.
To come take you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we be going to the food court, the mall? Because I love that.
No, they can't do that
Senior day
anymore.
out.
They just Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah, they're coming straight from Walmart.
Sam's Club with the samples.
Oh, okay.
No, night of worship, May 29th, to honor our graduating seniors from high school.
okay.
Okay.
And then on that Sunday, it's the beach hangout and baptisms.
Cool. Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
That's all that's coming up.
Yeah. So it is officially May 2nd. You got a birthday coming up.
I do.
Brittany's birthday's on May 7th. And then after that
exciting.
is Mother's Day. So I get the double.
Yeah.
hit
Well,
every
you get
year.
them like knocked out.
1 week is the week before his birthday, the week after is Mother's Day. So it's a 2-week celebration.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
of stress to make sure that I hit that just right, because 2 days back to back is, and she expects a month for her birthday, so that's it already kicked off. And her first birthday present is being on this podcast.
That was odd.
That is, it's a present for all of
It's
us.
not a present that I
Yeah.
asked for.
Well,
I think
it's
it
the
is.
surprising ones that are the best sometimes.
Yeah. May is here. One of the things that I know, I think you said that some of your family's out shopping, maybe for dresses
right
today,
now they're
because it's prom
prom
season.
season. Yeah.
And I started thinking about proms and thinking about how there's this new trend that did not exist when we were young.
No.
Thank God, because speaking of extra stress, everything has to be a big, gigantic show nowadays. But promposals. What are your thoughts on promposals, Brittany?
I think they're a little ridiculous, especially since the girls now tell the guys how they should and what poster they should be making for them. And if the poster's not right, oh yeah. But it's adorable. My niece had a great promposal of Tangled. He lined the whole driveway
With the hair.
candles. No. Not with hair. With candles.
Just human hair, just all
and
down
did
the
a whole
driveway.
balloon arch for her and everything.
Okay.
A little bit more of a actual proposal, I think, than a.
I don't understand
It's a little much.
the ones where if you're dating
That
and
doesn't
you
make
do
any
a
sense.
promposal, like who else are you going to go to prom with? It seems
Did you
unnecessary.
have options?
Well,
Did that
I was
mean-
telling Alex earlier today, when I was a junior in high school for homecoming, I was dating a girl who went to a different school, and she was a year older than me. And she went to her senior homecoming with another guy, not me.
Okay.
So maybe if I had done a proposal of some kind. Turns out she's doing a lot of things with a lot of other people, but that's for a different episode.
My senior prom, he dropped me off at Alex's house, so he could
Hey.
so he could go have fun and.
Guess that
decided
worked out
to
in the
not-
end.
Not take.
Well, I
me
had
to
already
prom.
graduated, so
Yeah.
but she had her senior prom
Mm-hmm.
the year after I graduated, and I guess he didn't want to go, so he just dropped her off at my house.
Yeah.
We were just
watched-
friends.
We watched Butterfly Effect on my prom night.
Shout out to Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
No.
To my senior prom. That's what I did. I hung out with a weird guy and watched Butterfly Effect.
You
A
married
weird
this-
guy and Alex, or
No, the weird, yes. But I didn't think the other guy was weird at the time. I thought Alex was very weird at the time.
Right. Yeah. I was
Grew on
reading
ya.
through like I also don't understand this trend at all because most of the time, like you say, they are already dating.
Yeah.
So it should have just been like hey, are we going to prom together this year?
Right.
My prom was kind of a disaster. Well, we had two. Junior prom, I got in a fight with the girl I went with because this is before GPSs. So we had MapQuest instructions that had been printed out, but they were wrong, very, very wrong. And so we couldn't find the event venue. So we left dinner and then got lost.
Alex gets lost.
I don't get lost a lot. This is crazy. We left dinner and got lost and got in a huge fight. We finally found the place and went inside and went 2 different directions. And that was the last time I spoke to her.
You didn't even give her a ride home?
No, she got a ride home with somebody else.
This is the theme here. Like,
No, she did. She got a ride home with somebody else. So
she ended up ironically at Brittany's house.
yeah. And then senior prom.
Okay.
No, did you?
Same guy. I went to your junior and senior.
Senior prom, I drove my mom's little red Toyota Matrix because I couldn't afford to go in with my friends with the limo.
Okay.
I wasn't. Yeah. So
Which prom did you wear the top hat?
that was senior prom. Senior prom, I wore I didn't wear a top hat. I had a cane though. It was a lime green tuxedo top, not the bottom. Bottom was black.
I had a white polyester one with tails, a 3-piece, and white shoes like Cousin Eddie wore on vacation,
Yeah.
and like a black shirt underneath, and then a big medallion with a lion on it.
Yeah.
And then we did like a disco routine.
Is there pictures?
Yeah. It was just for the dancing part. Like I had like a regular tuxedo, but we had a wardrobe change.
Outfit change?
Yeah, wardrobe change.
Oh,
I read some stories this week about some promposals that went super wrong, and I feel as though if this had existed when I was a kid, that most of this would have been how mine would have ended up. This guy said a guy I was dating, this girl said a guy I was dating put a sign on his car that just said prom ? He started driving around me in the parking lot, honking his horn. He crashed into 2 different cars and got grounded, so we didn't go anyways. Which one of our students would this be?
Ooh.
there's so many new drivers now. There's so many it could be. I'm going with
Miles almost ran over my daughter in the parking lot the other day because he was flying through.
Okay.
He gets a free pass.
or Quinn. He's a terrible driver.
Quinn. I could see Quinn doing that.
A senior at my school dressed up in a school's mascot outfit, which was a furry snake, and asked a girl to prom during a pep rally in front of the whole school. He had the whole band and sports team cheering him on. The cheerleaders even held up signs behind him. And then the girl he was asking walked out, took the microphone, and just said, "No."
Epic. And that boy has never been seen again.
Yep. He found a new school.
There's no way I could come back to school after something like that.
No, I think that's how people like the Unabomber are formed. Like they just go to a cabin in the woods and
The other reason we shouldn't do this.
no. Yeah, let's be confident that they're going to say yes
Rejection
before
in
we
public
do that.
could.
This one says, my boyfriend borrowed his mom's work van and filled it to the brim with balloons that all said, "Will you go to prom with me?" It was my older brother's responsibility to make me leave the house so that my boyfriend could surprise me. And while my boyfriend was driving over, he saw my brother and I coming up the same road and panicked, thinking that I would see him. So in order to avoid us, he quickly took a right-hand turn while a woman tried to go around him and ended up T-boning and totaling his mom's van. And all that I saw was the van getting crushed and hundreds of balloons flying into the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like balloons.
No. Or cars.
I
Or
would-
0 for 2.
cars, yeah.
0 for 2 on
I
vehicles.
almost see what promposal to me is a ick.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, a lot of the things that these teenagers are doing in their relationships to me can be a bit of an ick. Would you agree?
I mean, I would have liked attention on me in front of the whole school and got asked to prom.
Okay, so what would you call a relationship ick? Like what's if somebody were to, if you had a relationship and he did this, you would, all your red flags would go off. Obviously, it's not proposing to you for prom.
First thing that comes to my mind, the way he smells.
Like that's a literal ick.
A little ick.
Yeah.
I would say that would be it.
No, just a smell thing.
The smell would be big. attitude with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like if you made me the center of attention in front of everybody, I would love that.
Okay.
But you got to make sure I'm going to say yes. You're right. Because that would be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I don't think the promposals are necessarily it. I think they're too much.
You think they're too much?
They're too much. But I think you should do something nice to ask.
Yep.
Somebody.
That makes sense.
I think if you can't use the person that you're dating, their name, and you just have it like a nickname or a pet name for them, that can get a bit icky.
Yeah. Oh,
Just constantly,
yeah.
just
Somebody from our youth group had his dad write his poster because his handwriting was so bad. I won't give away his name, but his dad told me that.
What if you spelled the girl's name wrong on the poster? Is that an immediate?
Yeah.
that'd be tough.
Or ask the wrong, like, what if they had the girls have the same name and the girl thought you were asking her?
Oh, like two of them coming down the hall,
And
and
they were
then
both
she
have the
says
same
yes,
name,
and you're
and
like,
you ask-
hey.
And the guy asked the wrong girl now because they had the same name. There's a lot of people that have that same name.
Yeah.
Last one, I opened my front door and there was a fish bowl with a fish inside of it. And on the doorstep with a sign that said, "You're the only fish in the sea for me. Will you go to prom with me?" So then I had the responsibility of looking after that fish for the next 4 years.
4 years.
I never
for
wanted
fish?
a pet fish to begin with, but somehow I ended up with one. We had a pet fish when we first started dating. We had two. I won them at a fair.
That I did not ask for.
They were named Prince Daniel and Cinderella. And Brittany didn't have any desire to clean their tank. And so at some point, they disappeared into the green, murky.
They lived for a very long time. No, only one lived.
One of them died.
Very quickly.
Well, then we decided it was time to let them go. And Brittany decided she wanted to put them into the creek in her backyard.
Were they like goldfish?
They're goldfish. Okay. Now, this gets better.
Yep.
Okay. So she was worried that if I poured the goldfish into the water, that it would hurt it. It would kill it. Right.
Because the water needs to acclimate.
What's that word?
Acclimate.
Acclimate.
Yeah, there it is.
It does. Yeah. So that's accurate. But so what should we do? So she wanted to put the bowl down in the water.
Yeah, okay.
So the water in the bowl could now be the same temperature as the water outside the bowl.
Right, but there was no way to get down to the water to be able to like just lower
drop
it
it in there.
So from the bridge, I just dropped the whole bowl.
And then if the bowl sinks to the
Bowl broke.
Oh, okay.
It broke. It shattered.
Where do you think those fish are now?
Probably died instantly on impact.
I don't know. I had a goldfish as a kid one time that we gave to the Chinese restaurant, and every time we went into the Chinese restaurant, it was there, and it got so big that they had to get it its own tank.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
And then we ate it.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
No, that was real. That actually happened.
didn't eat the goldfish.
No, we didn't actually eat it, but they did. We did give the goldfish to the Chinese restaurant. I don't remember why we did that.
Yeah, why? What?
I don't know.
There's a lot of things I question.
All that to say, promposals are cringe.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them.
I don't
But
like
if
it
our
either.
students would like to videotape theirs and submit them, we would love to talk about them on the podcast.
We'll have nothing but nice things to say about it.
Oh, yes.
But they don't do it just for proms now. They do it for relationships. They do it for any and everything now. It's not just promposals.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Well, last time we told an incredible story about Brittany and the lead singer of Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Which
Marcus
ironically
Mumford.
was as close to reality as it could possibly be, even though it was made up.
Yeah.
And we kind of enjoyed that segment. So, Andrew, did you prepare another
did.
AI adventure for us today?
So I did have a candidate that came forward for a story for this episode.
Okay.
And I had some help with the prompts from Brittany on this one.
Is this about me?
Yes.
Perhaps.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we prepared this one about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I answered the questions.
Yeah.
You answered the prompts.
I answered
Yeah.
the prompts about
Yeah.
you.
I gave
Okay.
her the prompts and she gave me the answers. And
Okay.
then this is what our friends at AI have to say about you.
All right.
You ready?
Buckle up.
All right. Alex was the kind of guy you noticed twice. Once for the perfectly groomed beard, and again for the fact that he was performing a full puppet show on his front porch. at 3:17 in the afternoon. The puppets had names, voices, and surprisingly strong opinions about forgiveness, which made sense because Alex loved Jesus and somehow managed to weave a meaningful lesson into every storyline, right between a sock puppet argument and a dramatic kazoo sound effect, which he insisted was basically the same thing as his beloved mouth harp. When he wasn't performing for an audience of confused neighbors and one extremely invested goat, Alex could be found relaxing with his favorite snack, peanuts poured directly into a glass bottle of Coke.
Oh, I'll tear that up.
He called it a textural experience. Everyone else called it concerning. Inside his barn, stacked in proud, slightly leaning towers, was his most impressive collection, over 100 VHS tapes. Not for nostalgia. No, Alex actively watched them. The picture's warmer, he'd say, rewinding with the seriousness of a film archivist. His favorites were slightly warped copies of action movies and recorded TV specials, all labeled in his unmistakably confident handwriting. Despite his many talents, Alex had one very specific fear: whales.
Yeah, those suck.
Not just in the ocean, but also conceptually. Pictures, documentaries, even the musician Moby made him uneasy. He once turned off a nature show so fast he nearly knocked over the television and whispered, "Not today, giants." His hobbies were just as unique. He was one of the self-proclaimed better bucket golf players around, a game involving a vinyl bucket, a pickleball, and rules that changed depending on how well he was doing. This was AI.
Sure, right, yeah. Sounds like somebody else.
Between rounds, he'd snack on Dots candy and hum along to 90s and early 2000s rock, mostly Creed and Nickelback, nodding seriously like he was decoding the meaning of life. As a kid, Alex had taken a dramatic tumble off his front porch, landing face first in what he described as a formative moment. Years later, he managed to top it by breaking his hand while walking into a moving truck. Not getting hit by it, walking into it. It was coming at me, he'd insist, which didn't help his case. Ever since, he refused to buy a new automobile. If it still runs, he'd say, patting his ancient wheezing car, it still has purpose, just like me.
Wheezing. That's a good sound for it.
And honestly, that was Alex in a nutshell, which also happened to be his favorite Alice in Chains song. Slightly dented, occasionally bandaged, deeply committed, a little odd, but full of heart. Whether he was strumming his mouth harp, dodging whale-related content, organizing his VHS empire, or putting on a one-man puppet show about grace and redemption, Alex lived life like it was meant to be shared, even if the audience didn't always understand what they were watching.
I don't understand how something could be so accurate and yet at the same time be full of so many lies.
I don't know what lie.
Why would I be doing a puppet show on the front porch?
Used to do puppet shows when you were in youth group. You were a part of a puppet ministry. So how all faculty puppets, I'm pretty sure, are in that church building.
Yep.
So
You guys heard of Hands and Feet Ministry?
No.
Well, we were Hands and Arms Ministry.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that.
He traveled on his puppet.
Oh, a traveling puppet show.
It was
Was it like one of those wagons where the side flips down?
We had a wagon
puppet show.
We had a wagon. My dad built a wagon.
Okay.
It's a great wagon. We pulled it in the parades, and I was inside of it with a puppet out the top of the wagon.
All right.
You ever seen a black and white puppet show? No, that's not.
You-
You ever seen a black light puppet show where it looks like the fish are floating in the air?
No.
There's somebody walking with them.
I think my answer to all of your questions will be no. I have not seen that. But will we is the question.
I have it. I have it.
That's not true.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing puppets.
Now, but
There was something else you said that wasn't true too.
hold on.
You see, I felt a lot of angst around the whole bucket golf thing.
Right. I'm not making up rules.
No.
Puppet socks.
What?
You and Andrew have puppet socks.
Oh, we do have the socks that hold hands.
Socks that hold hands.
Yeah.
That's a puppet
Well, is it a puppet if you put your foot in it instead of your hand?
Sock puppet.
You also said something else that was very oddly specific that happened recently. I don't even remember
Falling
what it
off
was
the
now.
porch?
Yeah, that's what it was. No, that's not what it was. I didn't fall
The
off
mouth
porch.
harp?
I don't have what mouth
You
harp
do
are you
when
talking about?
we were playing bucket golf.
The one that I found in the pocket.
And you were like, "Oh, this is my old mouth harp," and then you were trying to
That
play
was
it.
not me. That was all Andrew. I didn't say anything about that.
I didn't say all of the
fair.
props came from her.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Whales,
Yeah, there was something very oddly specific that was like something that actually happened.
the moving truck.
The hitting the moving truck.
I
was great.
I should have clarified. I wasn't sure if it was a moving truck or a
No,
moving
it was a
truck.
U-Haul moving truck.
Okay.
He was walking to the car that was beside the moving
I was
truck,
running.
and he was in a hurry because we were late to get to church.
Yeah.
And he came around the corner. Hit
My
his
arms
hand,
were just
he
a-swinging.
He
Yeah.
disappeared, and I went, Alex, we have got to go. Held up his hand and said, I think it's broken. I went, I don't care. Get in the car.
Yeah.
And then we got in the car, realized the bone was, in fact, sticking out.
Yeah, it was gross.
So I dropped him off and then went to church and picked him up after.
Yeah. It was gross. Thanks for that story, though. Sure. It was super exciting. I'm going to have to go and get me some peanuts and Coke now.
He had
Know that.
Andrew had also never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I had to send him a picture of it.
Although I see it now on my social media feeds all the
Oh,
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a you got to try it at some point.
I mean, I do like sweet and salty.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
is a good experience. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Cars. Not the movie, just Cars. Need to take a 500-mile trip but can't afford to fly? Cars. Need to get somewhere fast? Cars. Need to sit in traffic for an incredibly long time to get somewhere you could have walked faster? Cars. Yeah. Which features like dashboard lights you don't understand, turn signals, which many people think are optional, and that one weird noise you're choosing to ignore by turning up the volume on your radio. Cars keep life interesting. Cars, turning "I'll be there in 10 minutes" into an optimistic, impossible to know guess, since, well, whenever cars were invented. Drive one today, or ride in one if you're not old enough, because walking is technically an option, but let's be honest, no.
So we've just finished up this honor series, and which the Bible's here. I just don't have it on the table with me because we
would be a
told
good
all of our
place for it.
students to bring Bibles or whatever. We just finished up the honor series, and a lot of that was talking about basically setting God as a seal upon our hearts. How when you know who you belong to, that you're able to get rid of the voices in your head that tell you otherwise. The ones that tell you that you aren't enough, the ones that tell you that that you're ugly or that you're not a good person, whatever it is. The ones that are constantly pushing you and driving you to sit back and think the worst of yourself. That you can silence those voices in your life when you believe that you belong to God. It's an ownership thing. And we put honor into this. We honor God because He honors us in the process. But I mean, we have this incredible relationship that we're given, and we don't have to worry about what everybody else says about us. And it's this beautiful thing. And I was reading scripture this week, and I came across this passage in the book of Acts that I had to go back and reread a few times because it seemed very out of place. Acts chapter 5 is a story about I'm not pronouncing these right. I know I'm not. Ananias and Sapphira. Ananias and Sapphira was a man and his wife, basically.
Sephora.
Sephora. That's not how it's
The makeup heiress.
right. It's not how it's spelled at all.
I don't think she was an act.
Yeah. So basically what happened is that they sold a piece of property that they owned. And basically him and his wife put this whole plan together. They were going to keep back a portion of the money for themselves, but they were going to donate. They'd already said that they were going to sell land and donate it to the church. And so what happened was they decided they were just going to keep back a portion of it and then donate what they wanted to and say, this is how much we sold it for. And so Peter basically calls him on this, and he's like, hey, what the heck, man? Like, how are you going to, short us here? Like, didn't this land belong to you? And, didn't you have the money in your hand, and afterwards his soul, like, wasn't the money at your disposal? And so he said, why would you do this? Why not just give the portion that you felt you wanted to give and keep the rest of it? Like, no one told you have to give this whole thing, but instead what you did was you lied about it. You came in and you said, that this was what you sold it for, which was a lie. And it said that at that point, he fell down and he died. When Peter told Ananias, or whatever I say, when he told him this, the man fell down and he died. And that this great fear seized all who had heard what had happened. Everybody trembled in fear. And then basically that his wife showed up like 3 hours later, not knowing what had happened. And then Peter looks at her. He says, "Tell me, is this the price that you and your husband got for the land right here?" And she said, "Yeah, that's the price." So he gives her a chance to say otherwise. She says, "Yeah, that's the price." And then she falls down and she dies. And they carry her out. And this is a whole section of Acts. And I'm thinking, first of all, I'm like, why is this? Because it's talking about the church and how everyone's living together and everybody's sharing everything together and they're praying together and it's this beautiful thing. And then he throws in this, which Luke wrote the book of Acts. He throws in this whole piece about these two people that lied and then died. And then continues right after that to say that basically the church is exploding. He says that the apostles had performed many signs and many wonders and that people were coming. But then it says this, it says, no one else dared join them, even though they were highly regarded to the people. Nevertheless, more and more men and women believed in the Lord and were added to their number. And then I thought to myself again, why did they add that verse? If they're talking about why the church is exploding and everybody's coming and seeing these signs and these wonders, why add the line that says no one else dared join them, even though they were held highly in regard by the people? And what hit me is because at this point in time, I think that people knew what this commitment would entail. And I think so often it's very easy for us in ministry or in church to come in, offer the bits and pieces that we want to God, and keep the rest for ourselves. And these people knew that in order to be a part of this church, that this was a full commitment, that I am going all in on this, that God owns me. And so in that, I'm going to give everything I have back to him again. And the fear, because of this whole thing that they had seen between this man and his wife, the fear was, I like what they're doing. This is really great. It said that people would actually bring sick people and lay them outside of the temple in hopes that they would be cast in the shadow of Peter just to be able to be healed. People wanted to, they believed in it, but they didn't want to come and join them. Mm. And it was because they knew that it was going to require going all in, giving up everything, as they had just seen with these two people. And I think that it's really interesting how we talk every single week about what it means to honor God. We just got done going through a whole identity series about how we are purchased, bought, like we belong to God. But yet carrying that out is one of the hardest things in the world to do. And my question would be, what would it take, do you think, for us to look at church and not see it as a half in, half out type thing, but be able to say, I'm going all in with this? What would that look like? And do you think that we would see a difference in the amount of people that show up on Sunday night?
I think the answer would be yes. I think that's probably an individual decision based on the person. Like, what does it mean to go all in? May be different for each person, because we don't all have the same thing to give. But I think it's taking the talents and the blessings that God has given each one of us and making sure that that's what we're bringing. That's what we bring to the table. The land is a good example. People may be thinking, oh, I don't have land. I don't have the money, but it's not about that. So I think that's what it would take.
Yeah.
I think going with what you said with the talents, it's about giving the talents that you have. Everybody has a different talent. Everybody has a different gift, and the gifts aren't for us. They're to give to other people. And so I feel like if everybody was giving their gift and giving their talent, it'd make a huge impact. If everybody was doing what God had called them to do in those moments, people would be more welcoming, people would be more inviting. Like if everybody did their part and didn't try and do everybody else's part, did your gifting about what God called you to do, because you're the only one that can do what God called you to do specifically.
What's scary about offering up your entire life to God? What do you think the fear that drove people to stay away looked like? Like, what are the things that we have to give up when we decide to follow Christ with our whole hearts that might be scary to someone who is checking out Christianity and thinking, I can't do that?
Living in the world, being just like your other friends, being considered an outcast because you chose a different choice than them, just not living like the rest of the world would be very hard to say that to other people.
So fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a peer group.
I think people are also inherently selfish, right? So we like what's ours,
Mm-hmm.
but is it really ours? No. I mean, we know that based on what we're talking about, but I think people get comfortable, they get happy with what they have, and they don't want to give that up because they think it'll make them unhappy, which is actually the opposite, but it's scary.
Uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
I like to use that. Use that word because I think everybody, especially this generation, just wants to be comfortable. What's best for them in that moment, and they're not thinking a lot about the rest of the people. So I like that word, comfortable, uncomfortable.
Yep.
Because I think there are people that know that what they're doing isn't right, or they could be making a better decision, but they live in that comfort.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier.
I'm thankful that we don't have to watch people fall down and die.
Yep.
I look at this and I think to this story, like, I'm thankful that this isn't
But metaphorically,
a fear that I'm carrying around. Like,
right.
But yet we read scripture and we talk, all these people, we look Lot and Lot's wife and all these all these crazy things that happen in there. And that fear has always been there, but I've never, what would it be like to experience something like that? Do you think?
Yeah, but I also think that that's not ultimately how God wants it to happen.
Right.
Right. Like, are you truly all in if you're doing it just because you're afraid? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be that's almost forcing it to happen.
Yeah.
But it would be terrifying. Yeah. I wouldn't want that to happen. No.
Well, it makes me completely understand that scripture verse where it says no one else dared to join them. Yeah. They respected him. They liked what they were doing, but
yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the hope in essential students, is to be able to communicate in not so scary of a way that choosing to follow Christ is a life change. You can't continue living the way that you were living and say that you are following after God's heart. It's just not possible. And I think we see a lot of our students that deal with this on a daily basis, of sitting right in the middle of those two things, not being able to choose. One feels good one day and one feels good the other day. Sunday, it's easy. Sunday, when you're gathered around all your friends and all your people and everybody's chasing after the same thing, which is why the church is so important. It's why it's so important to gather together with believers and people that are like-minded as you and chasing after the same things as you, because it's easier to stay committed in those moments. You get around a bunch of people that aren't chasing after the same things that you are. I think all of us have the adaptability programmed into us, where no matter what's happening, we're going to adapt and make sure that we're not standing out too much. And that's scary. And so a challenge would be that as we're doing this together, we're learning what it means to honor God and that we belong to him, and to have him marked as a seal upon our heart means putting ourselves in situations that make it easy to remember who it is that calls us by name, putting us in situations to make it easy to follow God's way, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And I think the more that we put ourselves in situations where we have to make a wise choice, especially as young students, I think we're setting ourselves up for failure. And I know a lot of students aren't going to want to hear that, not going to want to hear that wisdom is not your strong point. But it's not.
Right.
Which at 40, I still have to surround myself with people who are wiser than me, because I still walk into situations daily where if I didn't have wisdom in my life or friends that were like-minded as me, I probably would not respond the way that God would want me to respond. And so that's my encouragement to our students, is to keep coming, keep being in community with one another, not just here on Sundays, but outside of this as well.
And inviting the community that you do life with outside of church, so y'all can do it together. Build your own community. If you feel like you come and you don't have somebody here, invite somebody so you can do community with them.
Yep. Last thing before we end, did you guys happen to catch some of these students tying their shoes a couple of weeks ago?
Oh my.
Yeah, it was concerning.
A lot of bunny ears.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Can we
super
bury
rules.
this in the dirt right now, that the bunny ears is the worst version of tying the
Yeah.
shoes?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it's the one way that they've all been taught.
Yeah.
What do? Are you gonna loop it, swoop it?
Yeah, I'm a loop and swoop guy.
Loop, swoop, pull, right?
Yeah.
I don't wear tennis shoes that have laces.
Oh,
Can you tie your shoes?
more of a
Yes,
Velcro.
I can tie my shoe, but I got like rain boots on today.
Okay, but
Most of my
when you tie
shoes-
your shoes, are you a loop and swoop?
Yes.
You're not-
Or I just tie it once and slip my foot in and don't retie it.
Oh yeah, I don't. Once my
We
shoes are
don't
tied, I
retie
very
shoes.
rarely ever like. I like to slip my foot in and go. Do you tie your shoes every time you put them
I
on?
do. Yeah.
And I double knot. I don't
I double knot. You
I double knot. I do.
always
Yeah.
double knot.
Yeah. That's another thing is the amount of with all of the kids being in sports, since the amount of children that are tying their shoes in the middle of a game repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's like, what? How many times do you tie your shoe in an hour?
When we played soccer, we had things that went over our laces.
Yeah.
That kept those tied. They don't wear those anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's not practical.
Bring back Velcro.
No, that's so loud. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I feel like the volume of the activity is the least of the problems.
Right.
Yeah. From a fashion standpoint,
Yeah.
I don't think Velcro is the way to go.
Yep. So I'll leave the students with this challenge this week. Go learn the loop and swoop method.
Yeah. Look it up.
Loop, swoop,
YouTube
pull.
it.
And if any of you think that your way is faster, I challenge you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tie 3 shoes before you get your bunny ears.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What you got? Anything else?
Another surprise this month that I forgot about earlier. T-shirts.
Oh, we have T-shirts coming out.
T-shirts.
They've been ordered.
T-shirts have been ordered.
Yep, they sure have. Branding with the essential students and a really awesome thing on the back, which we won't give away yet.
Exciting. A
Everybody's
lot of
gonna-
things happening that we're not
Yeah.
giving away.
But
yet.
we went with
Yeah.
this super nice, oversized T-shirts that are
Part
super.
of the surprise.
Yeah.
with Velcro.
With Velcro.
Oh, was I not supposed to say
No,
that?
you can't say that. That's right.
Yeah, the really nice oversized shirts that are really popular right now.
Yeah, I don't
get
know-
them personally.
I don't know what that
but,
means. But,
All the girls, boys, they're all wearing the big baggy shirts.
oh,
Yeah.
like that's called lamp shading. When they're where the
So you
shorts
don't
go
know
down
what that
over
means.
their
Yeah.
shorts.
We will not be lamp shading.
Lamp shading.
No
with
lamp
these
shades.
Yeah.
Shirts.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that needs to be put on the camp dress
lamp
code.
shading.
No,
lamp.
gray sweatpants, no lampshades.
Ooh. Yeah.
Lamp shades. God, if someone comes with a real lamp shade again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you can fit in an actual lampshade, maybe that's the challenge.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.